Hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome to this thing. Welcome to Pantsless Tables. We're doing Call of Cthulhu, run by the incredible Anorak, also known as Raghav, also one half of the Crit Award-winning Infinite Tavern podcast. All cool things, all cool people doing fantastic things here. This is like I said, Call of Cthulhu game set in Victorian England during after the Industrial Revolution. Featuring Jack the Ripper as the main antagonist and other things. Subtitles hate me today, but that's not me.
Jack to repair. Wow.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do introductions really quick. We'll introduce the players, and then we'll introduce the DM, and then we can take over other things. Yeah, cool. Abhilash, let's start with you.
Hi everyone. I'm Abhilasha or Percival. Pronouns he, she, and I'm a tabletop player, writer. Recently, I mostly do writing and other stuff. That is short stories, screenplays, that kind of thing. All on X, on the skeleton of X at Dr_Vibon, and also now on Blue Sky at Ombre Lesbian Night. Are we introducing our characters also?
We'll get to that later.
Okay. So yeah, I'm a writer, I'm a player, I'm a reviewer of books, especially if they involve lesbians, because that's my brand. Really excited to be here.
Fantastic. Akhil.
Hey everyone. I am Akhil, known as Crispy Akhil on almost all the socials. I make content around Dungeons and Dragons mostly, actual plays, shorts on Instagram, YouTube, all over the place. So yeah, I've been looking forward to playing Call of Cthulhu since like a long time, and finally, yeah, really excited to be here.
Hello, Shenn.
Yes. Hello, I'm Shenn. So this is it's interesting because this is actually my first time playing as a player. Usually I'm the DM. I'm actually the forever DM of my group, so I'm very excited to play for once. So I do a lot of TTRPG content. I DM a lot for like for my local community D&D group, and I also do a lot of other Vampire the Masquerade, Call of Cthulhu, and other things. I'm also like an aspiring writer. A couple of my short stories have been published, and I'm looking forward to more things. And yeah, and basically, I just love everything queer, especially if it's trans related. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, perfect. Hello, I'm Steve, also known as Sassy Pants. I run Pantsless Tables and a bunch of other things. I also stream on my own on the other under Sassy Pants, whatever, all of that stuff. I also call myself the best faceless and pantsless streamer from India because, of course, that is the brand. And yeah, very excited to play Call of Cthulhu. I've only played like one shot like 2 years ago, so this is going to be fun. And yeah, last but not the least, our DM.
Hello, Anorak or Raghav, the actual favorite host of the Infinite Tavern. Yes, I'm looking at you, Aman, in the comments. And I DM a lot. I'm a forever DM. I run like 4 campaigns, and I stream very rarely. So this is my first time DMing on the Pantsless Tables. So let's hope I don't kill all of you.
Oh boy.
I am so ready. I already have 4 backup characters ready. So yeah.
All right. So let's begin the first chapter of The Ripper's Secret, Almost Beyond Belief. See, the whole story starts in London in 1888, the Industrial Revolution, the Victorian Era. Crazy times, actually. So around this time, the city of the London is the largest in the world, a sprawling metropolis for trade, finance, and people. But in the autumn of 1888, a horrific story emerged from the capital's east end. A story so dreadful, it sent shockwaves through history. And this is the story, well, a fictionalized story of that story. But our adventure starts not in Whitechapel, but in a different district of London. In the district of Westminster, in the Library of London, in a tiny corner of the archive, looking up information on different types of, different kinds of summoning rituals is our first character. Adi, if you could just introduce yourself, please, and describe what they look like.
Um, Adi is a shrimpy little person. Pronouns they them. They have glasses as but they are more like aviator shaped, silver edged, with the chain hanging over their neck. They're kind of dressed in fairly workman clothes, uh, brown skinned, light brown skinned, pretty like very unassuming person who kind of is just shoved, who's just kind of reading in a corner, who you would not notice at all unless you were really looking.
Right. So you are just going through some books. You have this stack of books on one side, a small candle. In the candlelight, it's around, I'd say, 1:30 a.m. right now. So you're just just continuously going through books. You're looking through different kinds of summoning rituals to like summon like a variety of different creatures. Like again, these kind of summoning rituals have proven to be dangerous, but you're just looking them up. You have been interested in the occult for some time, so you've been going through all of these. Some talk about the Nyarlathotep or the Shogoth and a bunch of other different creatures that could mess with a person's psyche. As you're going through this, the library is completely silent. It feels like you're the only one there. The entire silence is broken by footsteps. Like, fairly quick, someone seems to be hurrying towards you. And
Uh,
yeah, go on.
Okay, so when I hear those footsteps, I'm going to like start like really like a little violently, and kind of just the book in my hand will kind of slide out of my hands because I was reading like this. It'll just kind of slide and it'll fall on the floor, and I'll kind of be like, Adi kind of curses a little bit, goes down to pick it up, but kind of stays down even after they have the book, just to see like if they can see this person coming towards them
See the
or escape.
as the candlelight just fills this the area as the person comes in. You're picking up the book. You see this familiar face in the darkness itself. A friend, and also your mentor, Percy. He just walks in. I thought I'd find you here. Been looking. Well, not my first hunch actually. I've been looking all over for you. What
Okay.
are you reading?
I hold up the book about, you know,
And I hope you're not planning to bring any of them.
I would not do that.
All right. What was I here for? Oh yes, yes. There's this one person in Whitechapel who uh, got this book that I was looking for. Would need you to go and get that. It could help you and me in our research. Just go to Whitechapel right now. She said she cannot wait. There's this book on some kind of blood rituals that you need to get. Some old tome that she has.
Is this person friendly by any chance, or is this a case where I'm going to need backup?
She is friendly. She just masquerades as one of the ladies of the night, but she is quite friendly. Her name's Martha. I think you would be able to find her.
Martha. Okay. Okay. As long as the book is, useful, and I mean, it's pretty late in the night, but it is important
She
work.
said she made sure that you visit right now at this time.
Okay. If I don't, if my landlady does not see me, or I don't return home by the end of this night,
I know
you
where to find
can exactly. Uh, you know. Okay, let's go. And I make my way to Whitechapel.
Right. So you just pick up the. So do you like carry the book along with you, or like you just keep it and?
I think this is a book that I've already checked out. I just prefer reading in the library because nobody bothers me here, and I can brood to my heart's desire while reading and making my creepy notes. So I just put it in my bag.
All right.
I put it in my bag and I start making my way. I put on my coat because I'm not completely used to the weather yet, and I make my way to Whitechapel.
So how long has it been since you've come to this place?
I think I've been in London since I got kicked out of university. I used to go to university in the East Midlands,
Okay.
somewhere in Nottingham, and I moved here for work after
Perfect.
getting unceremoniously kicked out.
All right. So you get out into this the chilly autumn winds, and you just start walking towards the area. London, like even during night, this late in the night, there are people always walking around, some up to something or the other. But not much in Westminster. But as you start getting to Whitechapel, you see people frequenting more. You see a lot of like bars, the pubs that are open. You do hear crowds from inside as well. Let's just shift the scene as you keep going. There are two other people who are walking right in Whitechapel near this one particular area called George Street. Akhil, if you could just introduce your character, please.
Okay, yeah. My character is Sam Carter, and he is an investigative journalist who is right now working with one of his contact, or let's say a collaborative partner, on certain articles, certain news information that he works with, Samay. And basically he's trying to get some information about a certain underworld ring that is going on that maybe Samay might have some information about. Quick info about Sam: how he looks is he wears a trench coat, has a camera almost all the time, and he has this restless kind of a look about him, as if he's always constantly looking out for something, or maybe a piece of news, or something. And he, in the field of journalism, he is a well-known name, for, like, he has a reputation for basically digging into the darkest forms of information or the darkest corners of the society and chasing stories, basically. His middle name is Scoop. That is what most people know him as, Sam Scoop Carter, because he always gets the scoop on any story that he's working on. So yeah, that's about Sam.
Perfect. So, Sam, you're just walking through the area, uh, by the footpath of George Street, along with uh, Steve or Samay Singh. Mr. Singh, could you just introduce your character, please?
Samay is this tall, slightly portly, mid 30s man, brown skinned, long shoulder length hair, which is, well, technically you can't really tell how long his hair is. It's tied up in like a patka. He's sick. He wears glasses. He's also got a trench coat on, which is like almost the same or similar shade to what Sam's is, and he swears it wasn't planned. It just happened. In his head, he calls them trench coat buddies, but he doesn't say that out loud. He's got these really cool combat boots, full length sleeves, and a jacket under his trench coat because it is really pretty fucking cold here, and hands in his pockets and just trying not to draw attention to himself, even though he's pretty tall and he sticks out like a sore thumb. But it is he does his best to try to fit in. Yeah, that's basically it. Pronouns he, they, I believe. Yes, and he's very excited about this new underworld shit that they have stumbled upon. Yes.
So both of you are walking through Whitechapel, particularly George Street, right? Filled with different kinds of inns and all that. The ladies of the night just walking around, picking up clientele and just making sure that they reach one of the inns. You see drunk people just walking around. The smell of urine from the alleyways is like, it's kind of like different from, so the whole place like is like a different atmosphere from the rest of London. So as you're just walking through this area, is there anything you people are talking about, or is it just a silent walk?
I think we would be discussing about this case that I am currently chasing up on, and I think like I've basically approached Samay for some information based on I know where he comes from as a person. So I'm just kind of trying to nudge in. I know he's changed and doesn't have any connection, but I'm still probing in and I'm asking, well, Samay, just you don't have to take names, and of course I'll keep my source anonymous, but just tell me something. What is this contraband that's been dealing in the London's underworld? Just what's happening? You must know something.
Funny story that it's been very difficult to get any information out. It's like people are very afraid of whoever's running things. There's a lot of weird shit coming. There's a lot of drugs coming in. There's some weird antiquities from that are being sourced from somewhere, and there's also this thing with some sort of they're calling it fairy dust. It's they're mixing the drugs, like they're cutting the drugs with the antiquities, which I don't understand. They're supposed to give you an extra high, but I don't know. It's like how people say rhino horns give you fertility boosts, but it doesn't actually fucking work. It's basically just that. At least in my opinion, I haven't tried it, so I can't say for sure.
I stop him mid sentence, just place a hand on his chest, and I stop walking. I make him stop. How do you know that rhino horns don't work?
Well, let's just say that when I was younger, I experimented with a lot of things to boost stamina. Let's just leave it at that.
Fair. Wildlife, I guess.
Well, as you're walking through this area, right? You see, Sam. What's your listen score?
Hold on, just a minute. This is my first time playing, so I'll have a little bit
So
of hard
basically,
time
your
looking up.
basic listen score is what I need. So you
The
have three of
basic
them.
one, the ones in bracket, right?
So no. So in
Oh yeah,
listen,
got it. Yeah,
you
it's
have three, right? The first one is your basic one, your
yeah,
regular
it's
one.
33. The regular one, yeah, it's 33.
33. You hear about a little bit of commotion coming in from one of the buildings here. You see a bunch of cops that see, the police. They seem to be walking into this building. Real hurried situation in here.
All right. I tap on Samay's shoulder and say, just very discreetly, tell him, yo, check out what's happening over there. It seems like they're going to bust someone. What do you think?
Immediately when he sees the cops, Samay's first instinct is to run. And he's like, oh shit, no, never mind. I'm okay. I don't need to run anymore. It's fine. And just leans against the wall and just pretends like he's still having a conversation while keeping one eye out on what's going on with the cops. Because even though he's not a criminal anymore, he still doesn't like cops very much. So yeah, because fuck him.
Fair. And as we're standing, Sam also just kind of pulls out a cigarette that he's smoking, just to as if show that we're just casually two friends standing, not really checking anything out.
So the time right now, right? It's like early mornings. I would say. It's been a long time. Traveling from Westminster also will be taking a long time. I'm not again. I don't know London that much, but I'm assuming in that time it would take a long time. So I would say it's around 4:30 in the morning as you're just getting to this area. You as you move to this place, this building, 19 George Street. It's a common residential building, and that is where our fourth character, Edwin, also lives. Edwin, you are woken in your room itself from by a lot of chatter that is going on, some kind of huge commotion going on in your building itself. Right, it could be in the same corridor, in your corridor, it's in the foyer. What would you do? And please describe your character.
Okay. So Edwin is around 20, in his 20s. He's 25 years old. He looks like a very studious, very introverted young man. He wears glasses. He's very clean cut, very slick back hair, not pretty like normal suit. It's not very expensive, but it looks like a very common, very professional suit. He's very idealistic. He has his grand ideas about mental health and where it's going to go in the next 2 decades. And if you notice carefully, he's not entirely white. He's slightly olive skinned. Um, he is of mixed race, but like he tries to pass.
Okay.
So he's in his building. He's going through his own books. He's trying to make notes for his potential clients when he hears this commotion going on. He would stand up. He would look through the window at first, and then very slowly he'd open his door and peek outside.
So as you peek outside, Sam and Samay, you also just like reach this area around the same time. You see a bunch of cops that seem to be standing around this, what do you call that, a body of a woman lying on her back, blood all over this area, like her eyes still open. She's just lying down on the floor near the stairs. I'd say, Adi, this is the time, around the time you would also start get near this building that where you were asked to meet this person.
When I see like the obvious like cop presence there, I am going to duck into like I'm going to duck out of the light.
Okay.
And kind of take off my sweat, the jacket I'm wearing, because I don't want to be identified. So inside I'm wearing like, again, very generic, like dark clothes that are appropriate for the era. So like, like slightly masculine, not feminine clothing, because I can just pass enough to be confusing to somebody who doesn't to I can pass enough to be confusing to someone on like what gender. So like uh I am in like black. I'm in like black shirt, and downstairs also like my trousers and things are like khaki brown. So it's, again, I'm fairly. I want to go as unnoticed as possible, and I do not want to catch the attention of the cops. So I'm going to duck into the same alley
Mm.
where I end up kind of, as I'm sidling by, I kind of bump into Steve's character.
It's amazing. Perfect.
Oh, are you okay? Sorry about that. I wasn't paying attention. Um,
Which one of you was the one who was smoking?
The Sam
Okay.
guy.
Yeah. Can I have a cigarette?
Oh, sure. And he puts it, takes it out, offers you one. Are you okay there, Mister? You know what? Doesn't matter.
Adi. It's just Adi.
Sure. Uh, uh, are you okay there? It seem a bit cautious, for lack of a better word.
And you seem to be hiding here. I assume neither of us want to be checked out by the cops.
Uh,
Get rid
That-
of cops in this place.
you are pretty right about that. And Anorak, you said that we see the body as well, right?
I didn't know that they would be like bumping into you. That's why I said you see the body. But I'd say all three of you would be like going into it. Like, Adi, would you be following them or?
Uh, I will be following them. I think I was going. I was going to go. I saw the body, and I'm seeing like
Okay.
there's presence around. So I ducked into the alley, into
Okay.
wherever these two were hiding at that point.
Okay. So yeah, you see this body in the far place. Then you see her lying in. You see like three cops who are like holding their lanterns, looking around, and then one of them just talks to the other, and he just goes out running into another place.
All right. So after I have offered the cigarette to Adi, I look to Samay and I'm like, "You wanna go check this out? I can play the journalist card, you know."
uh,
Journalists.
yeah,
Hmm.
uh, Sam's is pretty good at the writing thing. Sure, yeah, I think that's the smart play. Although I don't really want to be anywhere near the cops, especially here, because fuck knows who we run into. But it's okay. I'm gonna.
That's fine. That's fine. If you want to stay, that's fine.
Samay?
I just think that maybe this this news before the dawn breaks, if it's in our newspaper, uh, would really be good for me. So maybe I just can go check it out.
Oh yeah,
Samay, can
definitely.
you make a spot hidden roll though?
Oh sure.
The first roll of the big campaign.
Yeah, let's go.
That is an 86 on my 50. I fucked it.
All right. So it's quite dark around here, and unlike D&D, none of you have dark vision, so you won't be able to see much. So Sam, you're going forward, right?
Yeah, I asked Samay if like, it's fine if you want to stay here. I'll just be in a minute, just see what it is. Even if I get in like one line of information about this, that would be pretty good for the fortnightly trumpet.
Yeah.
That's the
Do
name
you
of
have
the
your camera on you for
I'll
like?
I do. Yeah, and I pull it out of the trench coat. I have it on me always.
Adi kind of gets into gets into your space a little bit, kind of like takes a big sniff and goes, "You don't smell of Fleet Street. Are you really a journalist?"
Well, I am. Have you? You might have definitely heard of me, and kind of you know, uh, pass my hand over my hair, and I'm just like, you might have heard of me, Sam the Scoop Carter. You know what?
No.
Doesn't matter. This thing right here is a bit important right now, and he clearly sees that Adi probably does not remember or doesn't even recognize the name, and he's like, you know what? Doesn't matter. He walks towards this body where the cops are, with his camera ready. As soon as he reaches there, he clicks a picture of the body, and he says, "Oh," and he asks the cops
The
about
cops
what has happened.
sees you. Hey, what?
We got a tip from a very anonymous and trustworthy source that
Body
something
was
has
found
happened here.
like 5 minutes ago.
We got the tip 3 minutes ago, and that's when today's journalism is pretty fast paced. I think you should keep up with the time. So if you would just have like a statement for the fortnightly trumpet, which one of you would be able to
What? Fortnightly what?
the fortnightly trumpet, only the 17th best selling newspaper of London?
Never fucking heard of it.
That's fine, doesn't matter. And I pull out my ID card, which also shows the journalist thing. I am a legit journalist. So if you could just, if there's a statement that the police would like to reveal, who was this lady, what happened?
It's like I said, it's been 5 minutes since the body was found. We couldn't possibly ID her immediately.
I have a notepad also ready when I start asking the questions, and I note down, I also say it out loud. The cops have no idea.
As Carter is busy distracting the cops, I am going to slide past whatever. I'm going to just go at the back from where the cops and Sam are talking, and I'm going to go and investigate the body and see if this is like the same person, or just like see if I can detect anything or see anything that is of interest, or find the book that I was supposed to.
All right. Can you make a medicine check? In the meantime, Edwin, what are you up to?
I forgot. What am I supposed to roll?
Medicine.
D20 or the D100?
D100. So you need to get whatever
D100. Okay.
yeah, lower than what your current score is. So you need to get a 1.
I am so screwed. I am so screwed. This is gonna be hilarious. Okay. Need to find the thingy.
Shen, are you there?
Hello. Sorry, I was on mute. Lol.
Yeah. So what are you up to?
Okay, so can I see the commotion through my window? Because I peeked my door open and I peeked outside. Can I see the police and like the gathering and
You see
everything?
the police, you do see the body.
Okay,
You do
cool.
see some random guy who came in claiming to be a journalist almost
Okay.
immediately.
Edwin will come out very cautiously, carefully, and approach the site. He will kind of he would look kind of hesitant, but then he'll see the body, and then he'll say, and then he'll look at a police and he'll say,
Wait, you live here?
"Yes, I do."
Have you heard anything? Anything?
Not to my knowledge. I was in my apartment, locked up the entire day. You could even ask my neighbors if you would like some confirmation. So I'm a psychologist. While I do not have any medical experience, I can determine whatever is going on to a certain extent.
And what is going on?
Does she? Is she alive?
She's clearly not.
Okay. Is there like a injury, visible injury?
Are you fucking blind, mate? You see the blood there?
Ah,
I got a 90.
Yeah, you don't see anything. The blood is way too much that you're not able to recognize her at all.
Can I find? Is the book near her? The book I'm supposed to get. Is there like a bag or something?
There's no book or bag.
I stand up before the cops can turn and see me investigating the body, and I just walk away. I walk back into the alley, just to kind of make my notes in like as fast a scribble I can in the darkness.
The police officer, he just the kind of people I've met here. He just turns to this one other person who's in the corner. All right, Mr. Reeves, you say you found her right here. You didn't hear anything. So this person, like another tall man, balding, just. No, sir. I just walked out and I was going down to get to work, and I just found her lying here. And well, I just ran to find her. And yeah, that's about it. Samay, could you just make another spot hidden check, please?
Sure.
Or actually
Right.
make a listen check. Listen check.
Okay. Ah, fuck. That's another 86. What the fuck, bro? What are the odds
Yeah.
to get 286 back to back?
So what is Samay up to right now?
Samay is doing his hardest to stay hidden, but also his curiosity has gotten the better of him. So he's slowly been shuffling towards where Scoop is to get a better look at the body. And he takes 2 steps forward, then he stops, looks around, and takes 2 more steps forward and stops again. He looks extremely shifty right now.
So he's basically like the mouse from Tom and Jerry. He's just walking a little bit.
Would you like me to go and do whatever it is you're doing? You look like a criminal.
Oh, well, funny story that. But no, I just wanted to get a better look at the body, see if it was someone I knew. Or, it's a big city, but it's not that big of a city.
As you get closer, right, you see that the only cop that is standing there and actually talking to Sam is someone actually you might know. So
Oh, fuck.
his name is Police Constable Thomas Barrett.
Oh, shit.
You look troubled.
Yeah, no, I kind of know that guy. He's
An old acquaintance.
He's a piece of shit, but he, that's cops. Shit. I think he's just gonna turn around immediately, literally just turn around and look the other direction. Nothing else, no other sense of self-preservation to like move out of the way. He's literally standing maybe 5 feet away from where Sam is, but just turning, looking the other way.
Thomas, he just while talking, he just sees you turning around. I saw you 5 minutes ago, right?
Oh,
So, Mr. Samay Singh, been a long time. I've not seen you on the other side of the bars lately.
yeah, I kind of cleaned up my act, decided to go kind of work that you do, but better. Wait, who said that? It wasn't me.
Wait, did you say better?
Yeah, instead of beating up people and throwing them in prison for things they haven't done, I actually find people who've actually done stupid shit and make money off of it. So it's mostly just been cheating husbands and wives. But
Wait, you've been
Hey.
cheating husband. So
what?
you said it's mostly cheating husbands and wives. So why would you cheat husbands and wives?
No, oh God, no. I've been getting proof of people cheating on their spouses. And private investigator, and he pulls out a card and shows it to the constable. See, moving up in the world and shit. And it just says
Decided to
some
move
is
up in the world and you
suspicious.
had to pick this job.
It's better than being a cop, so
Second time, Mr. Singh.
what are you gonna do, lock me up for something I didn't do? Oh no, it's not like I've dealt with that before.
Adi is just standing behind somewhere, looking straight at the cop, like as they are like talking, just looking at the cop in the like creepiest, like think Donald Sutherland with the creepy finger pointing way, but like not actually finger pointing, just looking.
So as you're standing there, you see a few other cops come in, like with another man, spectacled, a goatee. He's holding what looks like a small leather bag. He just walks to this place. He just walks past Thomas and just kneels down right next to the body and starts looking at the body, like inspecting the wounds and all that. While there's another police officer who's like kneeling down next to him, just noting down everything that this man is telling him.
Sam would turn towards this Mr. Reeves, the balding guy who the cop had referred to before, and just try to get a conversation with him, saying, okay, so as I've informed earlier, yeah, I'm a journalist. So you were the gentleman who found this lady in the state?
Yeah, I was getting down to work, and well, I saw her body.
And you did not hear anything before that?
No.
Okay, that's fine, not a problem. That's all the information I need as a reporter, and I note things down.
Can I go up to Sam and kind of just like poke him on the shoulder as he's getting out of that conversation?
Yeah, what's up?
I want to see your camera.
What are you gonna do with it? Have you used this? This is like
See
a
the
pretty recent technology. It runs on batteries now, and it's pretty portable. It's a little complicated, but do you want to like click pictures? What? It's a bit expensive.
I would like to see your pictures, and that model has been out for the last 2 years. There's a new model on the market. I can give you the news. I can give you the shops where they sell it.
Sure, I guess. And the picture would take 24 hours to develop, so even I won't be able to see it.
Understood. I take out a card on which is written Adi Karthik. Does tarot card reading, psychic readings, occult expert on it, and and the library's address, which is not the library, the shop next to the library, called are these occult things, are these occult shop, and I hand it to him. Please contact me on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Please contact me here when the photos are developed. I think not to divulge things that are none of your business, but I believe this. I was supposed to be meeting this person, and this person had some materials that were of my area's interest. I would like to know if there's anything strange about the body, or is there anything that I can detect. I do have some experience in photography from school and university, so I would like to help provide my input. Please contact me here, or I shall find you at your office at the Fleeting Trumpet, was it?
Fortnightly trumpet. Yes.
Fortnightly Trumpet. I sincerely hope I get to see you when the photos are developed, or I shall come visit you at your office, because time is of the essence.
Mm-hmm.
And I turn around and I walk away. My job is done.
All right. As you're walking away, I just kind of catch up to you and I says, "All right, Adi, hold on a minute. There must be a reason why you told me that you might know the person and not the cops. Now, I don't want to know the reason, but well, that would make me think twice about sharing any information with you. Don't you
Your
think? And this time,
compatriot,
I am like speaking in a more serious tone than like the more messing around tone that was there.
I cock my head like this and I go, you came to this scene with a self professed former criminal.
A former criminal. He
I
and I
am
work together sometimes.
I am a scholar, and I am a business owner. I have certain interests in, well, you could see the name of the shop that I have on the card that I have given you. I think that should make it fairly obvious as to as to what my possible interest in the photographs and this person could be.
All right. So that means you have a reason to believe that whatever happened here was not of the ordinary case. That's fine. That's fine. Maybe once the photos are developed, we can go over them together.
That was my intention.
Sure. I will let you know when the pictures are developed.
Thank you.
What is Edwin up to?
Edwin, Akhil, I remember we discussed that, Scoop and Edwin would know each other. That's still on, right?
Yeah. Because of my
Connections, your cousin.
Yeah, my cousin.
Yeah. So as Scoop comes up to the police to ask questions, Edwin recognizes Scoop, and then he says, "Oh, fancy seeing you here."
Oh, yeah, Dr. Edwin. How have you been? It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. How's your cousin? Is everything all right with both of you?
Oh, yeah, he's hold on. Edmund, that's a coincidence. Edmund, he's doing very well. He's actually going to be visiting next week, I suppose. Is the 22nd next week? Yeah, that's next week is when he's visiting.
It's August of 7th of August, dude. The date.
That's fine. We cover it up for flavor. That's okay.
No,
Yeah, he
22nd
says.
next week, so.
Yeah, that's. He's visiting next week. I think.
Oh,
he will be-
fantastic! We should all catch up, perhaps. So, what is going on here?
No idea. There seems to be a dead lady, and nobody knows how she ended up dead. But there are some people who seem to be interested in it.
I know the police officer who hears this. Great.
And
How'd you find that out?
cops don't know anything at all. That's the statement that they
Ah.
give.
That's pretty standard for cops. Edwin says, kind of like, glaring at the police.
Well, you're the one who asks if she's alive.
Well, as you know, people can sometimes be alive even after they've faced traumatic injury. You wouldn't know unless you take her to the hospital or get a death certificate.
The man in the back, he just gets up. Well, I can certainly say she's dead.
Well, that's a relief.
Dr.
What?
Timothy Killeen. Dr. Timothy Killeen. How you doing?
Ah, good to meet you, doctor. So, could you? What's like? This is of course complete a question out of complete curiosity.
Well, we need to ask you the question. Have you heard anything? You seem to be, well, a resident of this place.
All I heard, I was in my room, I was practicing doing my thing, when suddenly I hear this huge commotion. And when I look out of the door, I will say I've never seen this many cops at one place before.
You've obviously never been to a donut shop.
Nah. You see, I do not have much of a sweet tooth.
Ines, you're stereotyping cops now.
Listen, ACAB, it works.
Yeah.
So, Scoop, are you here to cover this?
Yeah, I received an anonymous, and I give the cop a side eye, a very
Was
trustworthy.
in the area.
Yeah.
We should perhaps go somewhere more private.
Yeah.
DM, above the table, did we actually get an anonymous tip, or were we just here by chance?
No, you were here by chance.
Okay, cool. Just making sure.
Yeah, I just made it up to convince the cop
So-
and get some information. Yeah.
Okay. So, but why are we awake at 4:30 a.m. is the real question. Like,
You were just, again, this time you would have gone drinking or something, right? So you would have been, walking back home.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then it makes more sense. Okay, at least, okay.
Yeah.
Fine, fair enough. Okay.
I should have mentioned that, yes.
So,
Anyways,
I feel like it's a woman is dead, and I don't really feel like I look at Barnett. Don't really feel like any of your people care enough about the gravity
Barrett.
of the situation. Barrett, yes.
well, we are still trying to find out who she is. And, well, not sure about anything.
Yeah,
As
but
for
regardless of who she is,
as for what the doctor said, he just takes the note from the other cop, just goes through the pages. The woman has been stabbed 39 times in the chest
Jesus Christ.
and the abdomen, and she's been dead for about 3 hours.
Interesting.
And well, one of the cops seemed to have recognized her, and they're getting her a known associate of hers. The person's name is Martha Tabram, and she's 39.
Sam is making notes, not for the article this time, but just keeping in mind that Adi had told him that they might know this lady. So that's why just making a note, like a side note in the diary for whenever he contacts them to convey that. Is Adi still at the scene, or I think they left, right?
I left, but I think that I would be still. In fact, I didn't leave too far because I'm like, okay, I can't get any knowledge by myself here, but I'm very good at being sneaky and not being noticed. So I am kind of hanging out in like a different in a different alley, like a different like darkened area, and I'm just like waiting there like creepily, just like I'm just standing in the darkness, just like what will people say when I'm not there, and I'm keeping a lookout on the journalist. I'm keeping a lookout on Sam. Like, what is Sam doing? He seems interesting. He's getting the information. I'm just following whatever he's doing, and wherever he is, you can just imagine this. Sam is going around like, getting information, and there's like a shadow, a smaller shadow that's just behind him that he doesn't notice. It's
I take.
it's actually a cartoon.
Oh boy, love that.
He just, the Barrett, he just looks at Samay. All right, now that you're actually here, why don't you make yourself useful? Go around, find out from the neighbors what if they've heard it.
Wait, you want me to do police work?
Well, you say you do it better than us.
Okay. Do I get paid for it?
I don't know. Would you be able to do it better than us?
Okay. Challenge accepted. And when I solve this murder before you do, I want it in writing that I did the job better than Constable Barrett.
Sure.
Okay. Scoop. Did you get all the scoop you need? Or
Yeah, I think Sam doesn't laugh. He's just proud that you made that pun. He says, "Yeah, I think I got most of it." Yeah.
okay. Do you want to help with knocking on
sure.
doors and shit? It is too early. I
Sure.
think people are going to be very upset that we knock on their doors right now. But better safe than sorry.
Part of a journalist's job is to make people upset for the truth.
Barrett,
Suddenly, a
can we-
voice pipes up from behind Sam. This is the person I was coming to meet.
Huh? What? Who? Oh, you're still here, Adi. Okay. Okay, that's...
I am interested in this investigation and I wanted to know if they had found the name. They found the name. The name is Martha. This is the person I was meant to meet. And this person had a package for me.
All right, hold on. As you're saying this, I kind of like try to quiet you down a little and say, you know what? Let's do the thing that Samay is being charged with doing, and maybe we can take this discussion a little far away from the boys in blue here.
Edwin will
I look
kind of
around and go.
Edwin
Wise
will kind-
idea.
Edwin, go on.
Yeah, Edwin will kind of pipe up and say and tell Adi, "You sure that's the correct thing to say right now?"
I don't understand.
You should not be saying right now. So Edwin will whisper and say, "You know what? Perhaps saying that you want to meet this person 3 hours after the person is dead is not the best idea."
I did not say it to the cops. I am saying it to a journalist and to a person who lives here. Mostly to the journalist, because the journalist and I have developed a rapport of having common interest in finding out about this murder. I don't talk to the cops. The cops don't talk to me.
That's right, but they might listen. So, Samay, why don't you lead the way? And yeah, you know what? Let's do this job better than...
Yeah. Barrett, do you have... can we get temporary badges or something so people trust us when we ask them questions? Is there a way to do that? Come on, you...
Make a...
Can I try to... Can I try
persuasion.
charm instead?
Yeah, sure. Charm.
Just come on, Barrett. You know me. Like we've been through the ringer before, and
Yes.
people will not. Are you fucking kidding me? That's a 91. Doesn't matter. He just stops talking midway, and he's like, fuck it. It doesn't matter. You're not gonna do anything for me anyway. These fucking rolls.
Rolls are not on your side today, dude. You need to change what you're rolling.
I'm rolling on average. Like.
Yeah, average is not good.
Roll physical die.
I do have the Pantsless table's green die.
Oh.
Yeah, but
All right.
Okay, so Adi mentioned a package that Martha was supposed to give them.
Yeah.
Do we see anything anywhere nearby? Maybe in an alley around the corner, someone maybe stole it and dumped it, or in a trash can, something.
Actually, yeah, make a spot hidden check. Any one of you can make it. So basically,
Someone else do it.
there is a
I'll
help
do it because I
help
haven't
action
rolled
as
anything.
well. So you'd be getting an advantage on your rolls, but the advantage works in a different way than this.
Wait, how does it work?
So basically, in a D100, you roll a tens die and a units die, right?
Hmm.
So you roll the tens die twice, and the units die
Oh,
once.
interesting.
You take the lower one on an advantage, the higher one on a disadvantage. So if no one is helping you, you will be just rolling spotted and normal.
I got a 90 and a 20.
Wait, who was helping you out though?
I was.
I would be helping.
Wait,
No,
if
wait,
you're
am I
help-
helping you or are you helping me? Are we both helping each other?
you're
I
just
thought-
helping yourselves.
I thought Edwin was rolling. My bad.
Yeah,
I
right.
was helping whoever. Yeah.
So
And I thought I was just helping whoever. Never mind.
whoever is helping,
We got a
don't
20
get to
v1.
roll.
It's fine.
No. What is your spot hidden though?
25, I think.
Okay, 20.
It's just
Yeah.
the base score.
The base score is your score. If you didn't allot anything to it, that is your score for the game. So also, guys, whichever ones that you pass, right, just put a tick mark on them. You see the checkbox on the side. So if you pass that roll, you just click on a checkbox.
Oh, I thought the checkbox was for the ones that you get.
Same.
No, they're not.
Okay, so I'll remove all.
Yeah. So whichever you've passed during the session, you need to just check them. So after the session, I'll tell you what you need to do with that.
Level up.
There's no level up. So you
There's only a die down.
exactly. You start looking around. You go around the alley. So is there anyone going with you in the alley, or is everyone some people going for door duty, or is everyone going with you to the alley? What's the situation here?
I think I'd
I
want
think
to
I
look.
would be following Summer, yeah.
Yeah, I would want to look for the item first and then start knocking.
Okay.
I would just go with Scoop.
So everyone's looking for the item.
Yep.
So you go near or like around this place, and in an alley, right, you find what looks like a small sash, like a small sash, a satchel that seems to be lying down. The strap has been torn. It's open, and you see a book lying like half out, like it's half inside, half outside.
I think Adi would be who went first. I think that person would notice that.
I mean, the one who rolled will be noticing it.
So Adi.
I rolled and Samay rolled. So
I'd say both of you noticed it. I mean, Samay didn't pass, right?
No, I didn't roll. I only rolled the
Yeah.
previous one. Yeah.
I thought I was going to roll.
Yeah, even I thought you were going to roll.
Yeah, same.
Look, the point is we succeeded. That is what the
Yeah.
point is, right? So
Yeah, Adi, what would you be doing?
I would pick up the book and I would. Is it open on a particular page or is it just like? Do I think it's random?
It's closed.
Okay.
So the book,
And-
right? It's leather bound. You don't see any title on it. It's completely leather bound, and you see, it's like the whole area is muddy. So it's like soaked in the moisture from around. It's like a soggy mess. It's a heavy, soggy mess of a book, right?
Okay, so I'm going to take out some leftover paper that I have in my bag. I always keep like paper if I want to make notes from library when I'm
Alright.
in the library, and I start to kind of brush off the mud and kind of like wipe out the mud so I can like kind of make sure the book dries properly.
Can you make a sleight of hand check?
Okay. Do I
You need to
have
get
good
below 10.
sleight of hand?
You need to get below 10.
I am punching above my weight constantly here, just like nothing I have actual goddamn skills in. Guess what happens? I got a 90 again for some reason.
You people are rolling so bad today. Wow.
If only this was D&D, guys.
In Call of Cthulhu, the lower you roll, the better. But you try to wipe the mud. You do lose a few pages because of the soggy paper. But you start to see that like some of the papers are actually missing from it. Like it's been actively torn out. You see a few papers have like bloody fingers on them, fingerprints. Like not completely like clear fingerprints. There's like complete smudges. Like, you can't discern the pattern of the fingerprint, but it's someone who handled the book very roughly, and they just tore out these papers and just went away.
Are these pages in a specific chapter? Like, do these pages belong? Like, is this a chapter book? Like, are there specific? Is there an index I can like check and see
Make
which one?
an occult check. There's no index on it, so make an occult check.
Oh, fantastic! Finally, something I'm actually bloody good at.
Let's see if you'll pass this thing.
Finally, on a score of regular 65, I got a 20.
So that is a hard success.
Hell yeah.
So you can just check that as well. You go through this. There's no other thing, and it's in a different language altogether. So it's almost like it's mostly in Latin. So I think you would know the language, right? Can you make a Latin check as well?
Yeah. Latin. Lord, please be good to me. Hallelujah, a 10. See, when it comes to the things that matter, I roll well and everything else sucks.
And is also a hard success.
I see what
you manage to go through most of it, and you find this book is something about blood rituals. You're not sure what kind of what exact pages were torn from it, but you do know that it is some kind of a summoning ritual based on the context before and after that. But that's about.
Okay, I am going to quickly take out some pages the remaining pages I have in my bag, and I'm going to quickly write down like what I can read, like certain sentences, the ritual, like the name of the ritual, if I can decipher that, what ritual it is, and what its purpose is. I'm just going to quickly write that down, and I'm going to leave the book there, and kind of just put whatever notes I have managed to get from the book that I need that are relevant to me. I'm just going to keep them in and just leave the book in the alley, just so that I don't get cornered for stealing evidence.
Gotcha. All right, what are the others up to?
Would we see Adi like taking notes or like cleaning the book of sorts? Because I think we all are in the same alley, so would we see them?
I think you would, Adi.
I mean, it would take like a
I
few
think-
seconds at least, right?
Yeah, I think you might notice Adi kind of writing something down, and the book would be open. Like Adi gets up, like just leaves the book there. Adi gets up, looks at you, and just stares at you. Just stares you down.
As you stare, I just kind of look at you and just almost a whisper, was that the thing that you're supposed to collect from her?
How much do you wish to know of worlds beyond this one?
Well, I don't really know all of the current world, so I'm not sure, but that doesn't answer. Is it the book that you were looking for?
For a journalist, you seem very grounded. You don't seem the fantastical type.
Well, the world isn't as fantastical as the newspapers show it out to be. So I know the hard reality behind it. And I look towards Samay and Edwin, and I say, well, I think the cops might have overlooked this evidence right here.
I'm not surprised. When do they get anything
Yes.
right, really? But what did you say?
Wait. This is the book I came here to see. This is the book I was meant to get from Miss Martha. Unfortunately, Miss Martha, clearly there was some kind of struggle involving this book, and this book has been desecrated and there are some pages that are missing from this book that clearly seem to have been taken by the killer.
Okay. And do you think it would be a good idea if this book falls into the cops' evidence bag?
I sincerely doubt most cops would know anything to know what to do about this book. They would most likely dismiss it as a book of fairy tales. However, I think it would be best if we investigate this book and its possible origins in a safer place. Does my shop suffice? My shop does have connections that might help with finding out who owned this book and how it came to be in Miss Martha's hands.
That does sound like a safe place. I look towards Edwin and I say, so, doctor, what do you think? What do you reckon? On one hand, we have possible evidence tampering that we could be performing, but on the other, I do believe Adi, and I do believe that maybe this book isn't something that should go to the cops. As it is, I share the same sentiment as Samay regarding.
Well, Edwin will kind of approach the book, pull out a handkerchief from his pocket, wrap it around his hand, and pick up the book, and then say, "Well, I do not. Well, I will be the first one to tell you. I don't believe in any of this poppycock. But the fact that a woman got murdered for this, that says something. And well, if the police gets their hands on it, you can be sure that they will ignore it entirely. Perhaps it's better for us to. Well, I know you're a muckraker. Why don't we go do some muckraking?"
But do we know for sure that the woman got murdered, Martha got murdered for the book? Because if she got murdered for the book, why is the book still here? The killer would have
Well-
taken the book.
They have gotten what they wanted from the book. There are pages missing, and this book has been desecrated.
Adi, since you seem knowledgeable about this, would you be able to infer what pages were taken, perhaps by going through the entire book?
I kind of hesitate, and my hand kind of goes to my purse, to my satchel where I have my notes, but I look for the first time instead of like intense. There's like a sense I kind of get wary a little bit. Like, should I trust these people? I'm sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. Dr. Edwin.
Yes.
Is it?
Yes. At your service.
What kind of doctor are you?
I'm a psychiatrist, to be specific.
Oh, you might know you might know my psychiatrist.
Oh, do you have a psychiatrist? Well, there are several psychiatrists in London. It is London after all, but there is a chance I might have known them. they could have been possibly my old professor.
What is the name of your old professor? If you don't mind.
Okay, out of character, are we doing this connection thing? I can make up like a random name.
I think I think let's do that.
Okay, cool. Howard Sterner, that was his name.
Oh, yes. Howard Sterner happens to be happened to be my old mentor at the University of Nottingham.
Oh, oh yes, of course. He was your mentor. He was.
Of sorts.
He was. That is interesting. What is your occupation, if I may know?
I am a business owner. I give you my card.
I look at the card and I say, interesting. And you see this sort of like very skeptical, almost judgmental look in Edwin's eyes. Well, the fact that the fact that my old professor is your mentor, that says a lot more about you than what I'm saying is that I trust you, of course.
I have a lot of faith, and deservedly so, in your field. You have your field, your your doctorship has been very beneficial to me at a time of great distress.
Oh, I am happy
I
to hear that.
understand you. I understand not all of your field are believers, but Dr. Sterner was a believer.
He was
He
what we
believed.
used to. He was what we casually called an eccentric fellow, if you know if you know what I mean. But then I suppose during these times it's not that strange, is it?
Like you wouldn't believe.
Your like conversation is like disturbed by a little bit more commotion coming from near the corpse, near the body. You see, you see another woman standing there, that area, in that area. She seems to be talking to the cops a little too loud, trying to explain everything that has been going on.
It seems the cops have found their new victim. Let's go, boys.
Oh,
I pick up the book, and a moment hesitation, I give it to Dr. Edwin. I believe in your profession, and I believe in Dr. Sterner. Do not disappoint me. And you walk
Edwin
away.
holds the book very loosely in his hands, still very carefully. He has his handkerchief wrapped around his hand, and then he says, "Well, this book doesn't necessarily mean anything to me, except for a particular kind of particular kind of."
Bring this book to my shop tomorrow. I shall explain everything.
Okay.
I currently need to study my notes about it before I can divulge anything to people not in the know as such. People whose eyes have not been opened cannot understand what I am saying, or will not believe what I am saying, unless I can make it a little more succinct and a little clearer.
Of course. That will be greatly appreciated.
You see, this person, from the conversation that you heard, her name is Mary Ann Connolly, and yeah, again, she's also of the same profession as Martha. According to her story, they've been drinking out. They've been out drinking with two soldiers, and they separated before midnight. Connolly took her client to Angel Alley, and Miss Tabram, she took us to the neighboring George Yard. So she was last seen by Connolly at 11:45 p.m. the previous day.
was she with in George Street? You guys, what do you guys think? Maybe that person should be questioned.
Yeah, maybe if we get a description of the soldiers that she was with.
If I may, if I
That
may
would be
interrupt,
best, but I would suggest we do that outside.
if I may interrupt,
Yes, doctor. Sorry.
no. Okay, DM, is the co-worker of the woman who was murdered? Is she still here?
Yeah, she's still here.
Okay, cool. If I may interrupt, Madame, did you notice anything strange about the soldiers? Did they talk about anything that seems outwardly?
No, but after Mr. Barrett was telling he met the soldier, like one of the soldiers, right at the end of Georgia, but he says he was just waiting for his mate who was gone away with the girl, but I haven't noticed anything with them. They seem normal.
Normal, okay. Did they happen to drink too much or babble too much or seem to
Well,
ramble on?
They were drunk.
Ah, of course. So nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing
Nothing.
about supernatural things or
No,
okay.
they were just soldiers.
All right, understood. Thank you for your time. And I hope that are the police still here?
Yeah, there are. Right. They are here.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
So, is there anything else you people would want to do here, or?
I asked the lady that do you happen to remember the name or who the soldier was with this?
We don't ask names.
Oh, of course. But would you be able to recognize him if he was to, or could you maybe give a description?
I don't know, tall man, wore a hat.
Okay, that's 3 people right here. Okay. That really broadens the data pool. Well, what do you think, Samay? What can we do? I mean, there's one thing we can go to Adi's shop and take a look at this book.
I think that's the biggest clue we have currently.
Adi did mention that they wanted the doctor to bring the book to them tomorrow. But if we want to speed that up, we can do it right now. We still haven't knocked on any doors and stuff either. So,
Okay, let's go knock on doors. Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Doctor, if you want to skim through the book right now while we're doing the conversation with people thing, or if you want to take over the conversation with people and someone else reads the book, so we can,
I can perhaps help with the conversation since I live here and a lot of these people know me. Their guards would be down if I happen to converse them naturally.
And so then, Adi, you can read through the book. We get 2 things done at the same time. Does that work?
I kind of just, because you have been helpful and I do understand that we all have our jobs here and you have been very open with the information. I kind of just take out my notes. I've already read through a lot of it and I just pass my notes on.
I think it would be better if you explain it to us. None of us have the qualifications necessary to understand these notes.
This is the pages that were torn. This book is about rituals, about summoning, yes, of a mystical origin. summoning rituals. In fact, not entirely sure as to what needs to be summoned or who will be summoned, but most likely it is something from beyond this world, a god, a monster, many gods, in fact.
Well,
It could be.
if you want my unbiased opinion from, well, I do a little profiling here and there sometimes. Scoop would be able to tell you. I've met that's how I met Scoop. While I cannot attest to the authenticity of these rituals or this book, I can say that whoever did this or whoever was going through this has some sort of god complex. They certainly believe in the shit that's in the book. Again, I cannot attest to the information in this book, but they certainly believe in this, and they have the sort of god complex where they believe they're special, where they can perhaps do these rituals for any particular motivation that they have. And going by their actions, we can perhaps infer that those motivations are not the straightest thing in the world. And by straight I don't mean the sort of straight that I am not.
I would agree. However, I would also like to add mm, whatever my minimal knowledge, less than yours, of course, Doctor, but I think you also need to factor in the emotions of desperation, even of
Of course,
vengeance.
but even then, even desperation would not drive a normal person. It would certainly drive them to kill or act in self defense, but it would not drive a normal person to stab a woman in the chest 39 times. That is a different level of derangement that we're talking about.
What
It was
about
not
vengeance?
vengeance, yes, perhaps a man taking carrying out his strange act of revenge against a woman of the night, very possible. Again, 39 times. That would perhaps put it in the circumstances of hate crime, which again, it alludes to a god complex, a superiority complex, or some sort of ego.
I would agree. Um, this is not just any mere summoning ritual. It is a blood ritual.
Ah,
It involves bloodshed, and the amount of bloodshed that has been done, I believe someone was experimenting.
ah,
At least that's the conclusion I can draw. That
that
this
is
was an
Can
interesting.
you
experiment.
make an occult check?
Uh, I'm very concerned about the fact that this was the book that you were going to get. What were your plans with this book, Adi?
Given her shop, I can only assume that those are professional concerns.
Hmm.
Of a sort. I like knowing things. And I have, not that it's any of your business, Mr. Singh. However, I do have some personal experience with being victimized for trauma, for experiences beyond my control, and nobody believing me. Unlike Miss Poor Martha, I managed to get out alive. However, it was not without my scars, which is why I collect these items. I make sure that I know everything there is to know, and when my time comes to confront what hurt me, I'll do it with open eyes and a fearless soul.
That is a very noble intention, Adi.
I got a 30, by the way.
Out of
My occult is, yeah.
it's a if it's less than half, you could tell me it's a hard success.
Okay, okay. It's less than half.
Yeah. You know, go like you've known a little bit about these kind of blood rituals. Like you've had your fair share of learning about them. These things are never done with one victim. Whatever
Yeah.
this is could be a start.
I asked
I
I
kind
asked Adi when they had mentioned about blood rituals and like bloodshed happening. I asked, I mean, that was anyways going to be my next question about it. That so you are saying that this is a blood ritual which requires like uh, some blood to be shed. So do you think that whoever is behind this, if that was their motive, do you think the ritual is already complete by after the death of Miss Martha, or do you think there's a certain amount of blood that needs to be shed?
journalists. Fine, I guess. I do not believe that Miss Martha is going to be the last. However, if you cite me as a source, I will I will break your camera.
I was taking notes. You see me just like scribbling something out of the
You can just put it as
note.
an anonymous source, right? Would that be okay?
Yeah. Now, yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing now.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Samay, do you think we can, and Dr. Edwin, we can knock on some doors? And I still believe that this book might have a lot more, even with the tone pages, a lot more information if you just sit down patiently and study it. Uh, a lot of times when you read a book, in my experience, if there's a few pages missing, you can read the first page that is there and then the last page, and maybe try to form a hypothesis of certain points of what these missing pages might have. So maybe we can take care of the task at hand, ask the people around, and as Adi said, tomorrow maybe we can sit down in the shop, take a look at the book, and see if we can find anything else. Maybe a fresh mind is what we need.
Yeah, that makes sense. But uh, you can tell Samay's been getting a little impatient, just pacing back and forth while the conversation is happening. He's like, "Look, we are running out of time, and we know time waits for no one. So we should um, get the um, at least the knocking on doors things done because yeah." Um,
All right, then let's get to it. And I start walking towards the front and into the building, and then I'll turn and I say, Dr. Edwin, I think that as you mentioned, I think you leading would make much more sense. That since people would know you and would be a bit more comfortable seeing a familiar face at, I don't know, what's the time, lower keeper? I think it's 5:30.
I would say it's 5:30 or 5:45 right now.
All right, yeah. So maybe they would be much more comfortable seeing a familiar face at 5:30 a.m. than, a journalist and a private eye.
Yes, of course.
I guess I'm opening my shop late tomorrow.
I shall lead the way.
Mm-hmm.
So, so we make our way back to the apartment complex, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yes, and so I will start with the door that's perhaps closest to where the attack took place.
I'd say, going through all the doors, right? Can you make a charm check, maybe?
Yes.
Can I help?
Yeah, sure.
So I also do a charm check, right?
No. Shen gets to make it with advantage.
Oh, okay, fine.
Just a sec. I think I rolled a 12 and my charm is 15, so I think that passes.
That passes. You hear, like you, move around, trying to help. Uh, trying to talk to people, and as you keep moving, right, you see like one person seems to have given you some kind of information. Her name is what's her name? 1 minute, my notes. Her name is, where the fuck did I write this one? Yeah, Amy Hewitt, one of the tenants, who's near the body. She says she heard a single cry of the word murder early in the evening. The previous
Murder. May I ask her what sort of voice? Can she describe the voice if she remembers it?
female voice.
Female voice. All right. Was it okay? Interesting. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you, Edwin or Samay, or both of you could make an intelligence check if you want to.
Yeah,
or,
I will do it.
Or a history. It's either or.
I will. Let me see what I have higher for.
Got an 85.
Man, you're not
I'll do
leaving
an
the 80s,
intelligence
huh?
check.
Bro, I have not rolled lower
shit.
than an 85 today. Okay.
19 intelligence check. I think it's a extreme success.
Perfect. You 19 intelligence check is not an extreme success, it's a hard success. You're higher.
My intelligence is my extreme is 15. So
Yeah,
okay, yeah. It
you
is
need to spend 4 luck points in order to get an extreme success.
No, it's fine. I'll stick with hard.
You like basically from what you know, right, in this area, like crime is frequent, and well, the cries such as murder, it's a very frequent occurrence. It's not something out of the ordinary.
Mm-hmm. Very common, yes. Well, and that tells us nothing.
But no one else heard absolutely anything. Just like you, it was completely silent.
So only this person heard it.
Yeah.
Interesting. How far is this person from the site of the murder? Is it like close by?
Pretty far. They're more near towards the main street. And this came from out of, according to them, this came from out of the complex.
Out of the complex. There is a chance that that she could be murdered outside and then transported inside, but then that would mean that there would be bloodstains and footprints.
According to the kind of blood pool that there was there, it's a very high chance that she was murdered inside itself.
So unless I turn to Adi, is Adi with us?
I don't think, right? Or are you?
No, I'm. It's 5:30. I have to open the shop in a couple of hours. I am going to go home, and I don't like people.
Okay, understood.
Wow.
Well, that is something I would like to ask Adi. I do not believe any of this weird supernatural stuff, but I don't think there's any other recourse in this case. Should we move on to? Okay, so we
are going to that shop eventually, right? So we can talk to them then.
Yes. So we have finished knocking on doors, right? Or is there something?
And there's nothing else you would be able to find in this case. All right. So, what's next? Do you want to go to the shop, or is there anything else you people want to do?
I think shop is the best option.
How far is the shop?
Where is the shop, Adi?
I think my shop is going to be I think it's going to be
library, right?
Yeah, it's next to the it's close to the library, like 3 shops down.
Okay.
So are we gonna walk there? Are we gonna take a horse?
You could take a horse carriage.
Yeah, we'll take a carriage.
So how long will it take? Like half an hour? 20 minutes?
Maybe half an hour, I'd say.
Okay, so Samay is going to hop into the horse carriage and just pass out immediately. He's been out all night and man needs his rest. Even if it's 30 minutes, a beauty sleep is very important.
We all support Samay's self-care routine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Edwin will keep taking notes and think and he'd look as if he's staring out of the window.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, as the carriage is just going through, uh, Sam just seems like he's thinking to himself, just kind of muttering few things, and then just keeps on uh, thinking in his head. And he just turns to Edwin and he says, Dr. Edwin, I know you mentioned that you don't really believe in these things, and so do I. I think that's just complete nonsense made up by people. But uh, well, that the lead that we have currently seems to be pointing in this direction. Do you think?
Yes.
Not do you think? Let me frame this better. What what do you think would happen if, or what do you think we should expect if, at the very minimal chance that something supernatural is actually behind this?
Well, I cannot say for any certainty that I believe in the supernatural prospect. What is more
Or
dangerous, or what seems more dangerous to me, is a murderous conviction in what he's doing. The fact that he believes in these rituals, the fact that he believes that these rituals need to be done. So for me personally, the more immediate thing is to consider the victims. He's killed once. He's probably killed before, and he will probably kill again. And as we know, he plans to kill multiple times, and we do not know how many times. So for all we know, there could be hundreds of victims with no proper clues, nothing to tie them together, and no connection between each murder. And that is probably the most terrifying thing about me in this case.
right, but what if, what if, and again, I'm just thinking out loud and uh, passing some time, if you will. But what if this ritual that Adi mentioned was actually a thing? Just humor me for a minute. What if it actually was uh, a thing that can happen? And what if, as you mentioned just now, there would be no link between any murders that, if at all, they happen? And right now as well, we do not have any leads about this particular lady who had died. What if
Well,
no one is able to stop an actual, and Sam kind of cannot stop himself from laughing when he says an actual supernatural being descends upon this plane.
well then, we'll just have to become Dr. Van Helsing's ourselves, won't we?
I like the sound of that. Yeah,
Well, an adventure we can tell our grandchildren about, if we ever have grandchildren, that is.
true. But
Right.
yeah, and then Sam just goes back to thinking to himself.
So, Adi, could you just describe your shop, what it is like?
The shop is fairly like if you've ever walked in, seen any kind of like apothecary of sorts. If you ever been in an apothecary, it kind of looks like that. But it's like if an apothecary um had sex with a creepy ass, a teeny little like library, and somehow made a monster baby where like nothing is there's no real organization. There's like hasty like labels, places
Curated
like,
chaos.
yeah, just very curated chaos of like, you will never, like, the people who come in here know, like, if we want this book, we are and the books have like certain ingredients that you need for spells or crystals or whatever. If you think about it, if you don't think about it, you will find it, because it is obvious only in the sense of somebody with ADHD will keep make it make sense. Like, not something that is right in front of you, that is just never going, that's like, that's supposed to be in like an obvious place. It's never in an obvious place, it's always in a weird place where like the spices are at the back, where there's like a little stove next to where there's like always like a pot of tea that's brewing. There's some books that are near that are on the other side of the wall, where it kind of goes into a little where there's like those beaded curtains thingy. Like, it's all very curated chaos that you need, that you have, like, it's made by somebody who's like, only 88 people with ADHD will make sense of it. Nothing is obvious. You have to follow the logic. You have to follow a train of thought.
All right. So you get to your shop, and after some time, these people also just walk in. Finally, after the whole investigation, you find yourselves in this shop of, well, to quote Edwin and Adi, controlled chaos, curated chaos. So you, as you're there, you have the leather book now, like it's bloated now with the whole moisture just dried out. It's like really airy. You could just move the pages around. So yeah, what do you want to do with this?
Holy shit, this is a nice place. Samay, his eyes are red and he's still stretching as he's getting over the very short nap. Why have I never heard of this place before? There's like so much cool shit everywhere. What does this do? And what does this do? And what is that? And he's touching everything. And he's like halfway through the shop and he realizes, okay, this is probably going to piss off Adi. And he puts his hands in his pockets and he still looks at everything, leaning in, like staring at it intently without touching things, because he knows how upset he gets when people touch his shit. So he's like, I don't want to upset anyone else with this. So he's just like leaning in, like through his glasses, just like trying to get a better look at everything without actually physically touching it. This is like a kid in a candy shop is the vibe right now.
Samay is going to feel steam, like they're going to feel heat at the back of their lower back, almost like someone is standing behind them with something hot.
Oh shit! Sorry, wait, what is that?
Would you like some? I can make ginger, lemongrass, masala. I got some masala from a port.
Yeah, masala tea is best, please.
I just pour it out and give him a cup.
It is August.
I would ask not for you.
Sorry, go ahead.
I would ask for you not to touch my things, but you seem to have understood that, so I'm not going to belabor the point.
Yeah, my bad. I realized that I got too excited. That's on me. But this is such cool shit. Like, have you bought all of this? Is this like on loan from people? Is this like a museum stuff, or is this all like, do you own all of this? Holy shit.
They kind of like get a little like, oh damn, okay, someone actually is interested, excited. Okay, this is a first. Just a lot of this stuff happens to be bought. After I was expelled from university, I kind of went off the rails a little bit. Started doing endless amount of research, helped by my mentor. My mentor had a few connections of their own, and he kind of connected me to people, psychics, collectors, even in some cases, tarot card readers, spice merchants, something along those lines. I even have a person who exclusively deals in who cuts crystal into various shapes for various purposes and things.
Oh, that is so cool.
I could show you something.
Yeah.
I'll just I could show you, like, what exactly are you interested in? Like, what is your area of interest in the occult?
I don't have any specific interest it just, all of this is really cool. I didn't realize how cool I thought it was till I walked into the shop, really. So like, I'm very new. Like, I've never really given it a second thought before. So, but like, after everything that's happened today, and the book and all of this chaos, do you have something like, I don't know, protection stuff, or like, I don't know, birthstones? I've heard those are a thing. Crystals, rings, things like that. Do you do that stuff, or is that different? Is that astrology different from occult stuff?
I I do that stuff, but that's for making money.
Fair enough. I'm
None
willing to
of
pay
that
for it.
stuff really works.
Oh,
That's what I thought.
well, shit. Okay, so
Knowledge is what works.
fair enough. So, like, then are you saying that the book is fake too?
Knowledge is not fake. The books are written by people they're written by dreamers, they're written by fantasists, they're written by people who have been touched by something from beyond. But very rarely, if you ever, like, I take out a book here. This book is sort of a rudimentary guide into the possible realms, universes, even the sightings of strange and unexplainable phenomena out there. And as far as I know, this author died within 3 months of writing this book, and wrote this book from Bedlam. So, like, most people who do this work are trying to make sense of something that cannot be made sense of. I am trying to make sense of the unexplainable, but I don't delude myself into thinking that me, a human, a fleshy, bloody, blood-filled, vulnerable creature has any real protection or any mystical protection against that which is beyond this realm, against that which is divine and terrible and much, much bigger than our minds can comprehend. All I seek is, I want to know more about them, so that when my time comes, when I will see them, I can look them in the eye and tell them I know them. They will not be a mystery to me. I kind of just hand over the book. You can you can read this stuff. It's a fairly rudimentary guide into sightings around London and the south of England of various mystical sightings, supernatural occurrences. It might be helpful just as knowledge. I didn't personally find anything really connected, but I think it might be best if everyone is at least caught up to speed to some level of what has been happening in this country for years.
Samay takes the book and very like gingerly opens it and like reads through the first page before he's like, okay, can I borrow this? Like, take this home, borrow this?
This is the same book that Martha lost, right? Is this the same book?
No, different book.
Okay, different.
This is a different book. Beginners. This is the dummy's guide to creepy shit that has happened in England.
Gotcha.
So Edwin will approach Adi and he'll say, I will be forthright with you. The reason I don't trust occultists is because I have met several of my patients, several of the people I work with, people who are grief-stricken, people who are desperate, been taken advantage of by so-called occultists. These are people who have lost their wives, who have lost their children, who have lost their husbands, who are predated on by fake mediums who promise them that they can summon the spirit of their loved ones. and it has caused a lot of harm. You'll have you would have to assure me that you do not have any hand in that before I can proceed to working with you.
I do not approach people deliberately. I do not approach grief. I in fact prefer to stay away from grief and sadness. It's distasteful.
Isn't occult
People come
all
to
about
me for
grief?
readings.
Isn't
No.
occult all about grief? We are talking about ghosts. We are talking about regrets, things people have not done, things people would want to do.
I do not approach anybody. I specifically have turned away grieving widows. I cannot, this is not a case of, I have many colleagues who do specifically look to helping people. They see it as helping people through their grief, to speak to somebody who is much beyond them, and pretend that this is giving some kind of closure.
Thank you for that.
I was never given. I'm not going to do that. I think that the realm beyond exists. It is terrible, and what happens to us is not something we should know, or otherwise, frankly, I don't think any of us would want to carry on.
Well, now that I have my reassurance, this book, not the one you gave Samay, but the one we found. What are your honest thoughts about this?
Uh, hmm.
Well, before
This
that,
is
let me give you some information we have received after you left. While we were knocking on doors, nobody in that apartment complex nobody had heard any screams. However, there was only one person who had heard a woman's voice screaming, saying murder, which isn't all that uncommon in the place that I reside in, if you ask me yourself. However, the problem was that they said that the scream had come from outside of that complex. However, a woman was stabbed 39 times within an apartment complex, and nobody had heard a single thing. There were no signs of struggle. There was no screams. There was no sign. There was no, none of the things that would seem obvious. My only conclusion that I could make was that the murder had taken outside. However, the body was transported in. But then, if that was the case, there would be visible proof of that. There would be blood stains, there would be footprints, and there would be blood all over the places. My question to you is there perhaps a way by which a body can be transported through time and space and situated somewhere entirely else, perhaps to throw off any sort of perhaps to throw off investigators, or perhaps to leave a blind trail of clues, a misleading trail of clues?
Wait. What happened while I was asleep? How did you go from a skeptic to asking if bodies can be transported through time and space, Doctor? What the fuck?
We're dealing with things that I cannot explain, and this is perhaps one of the possibilities we would have to consider if we are to do anything with this.
there. My thank you for this information, Doctor. I would believe that this person is an experienced magician, possibly considers himself a warlock of sorts, someone who deals in dark magic. This is, but and
One question. You say that they were a warlock, somebody who deals with blood magic. Surely, to a person like that, there would be other more nefarious means of murdering than just stabbing someone 39 times. Doesn't that seem a bit more out of the way for them to go when they could just, I don't know, cast a spell, do an evil eye?
But wasn't the ritual that
I
Adi had
I
mentioned required bloodshed? And maybe, and I'm no expert here,
yeah.
but maybe stabbing someone 39 times uh, releases the amount of blood that was needed for the ritual.
Another thing we should have asked the police, are those 39 stabbings, were those stabbings perhaps each intended for a particular organ?
We might have to sneak back into the police station and grab the autopsy report.
I don't see that happening. You saw those police; they were unhelpful, and if we sneak back in there, we would perhaps become a bigger target. However, I want to ask you this:
Mr. Singh,
Oh. I mean, I
Mr.
can
Singh,
always
could you help with
ask
this?
Barrett. Yeah, I can always talk to Barrett and give him the information we learned in exchange for information that he has. I can see if that could work.
And I can walk
My
in
name
as
excluded,
someone
of
working
course.
on the story as well, playing the journalist card, getting some
Yeah.
form of statement. I mean, I'm sure by this morning, a lot of reporters would already be aware of what has happened, and the police would be releasing an official statement about the crime. I can just go in and do my usual scooping and try to get a scoop.
Yeah, I think that's a
I
smart play.
assume you will.
Something we can do.
I assume we will be keeping the information that I just mentioned out of what we speak to the police.
Of course, yeah, they don't need to know
Of
this
course.
stuff. It's not like they're going to believe us anyway, and we might just get locked up for it. So,
Yes.
yeah.
Adi.
My name also must not be mentioned. Oh, yeah, yes, doctor, please. Sorry, go ahead.
Do you perhaps have books similar to this one, with similar contents?
Not in its. That book was something I have been hunting for a while because of the. Even occultists have limits, and blood rituals happen to be something even we consider a bit too far. In fact, the fact that I even asked for it had perturbed my mentor a bit.
I think this is a case that intertwines both yours and my specific interests, which is weird shit rituals and psychopathy.
I understand. I think I might have something in the back that that is not as well detailed or explanatory or even graphic as the book we just recovered, but I think it does have some short paragraphs or précis about um, darker rituals and things about
That
the
makes sense.
gods. And I go back like in beyond the beaded curtain and I'm kind of looking at books. Okay. Yes. I come out and I give it to the doctor. I understand you will be taking a different angle on this, doctor, and I'm sure you will be able to come up with at least interesting analyses of this of such rituals. In fact, I'm sure you'll. Please do let me know. I may not take your approach as is, but I think you might be able to give me insight that I necessarily cannot take from my perspective.
Of course. And that is what a collaboration means, after all, an exchange of ideas, even if they come from vastly contradictory positions.
Of course.
So, would you want to discuss something about the actual case, though? If there's anything else, if there's nothing else, we'll actually have a time skip.
Okay, I think nothing I can think of. I think I've all Done. Okay, yeah. I'll leave it up to Samay and Scoop.
Huh. Well, I mean, there's the angle that were the stabbings targeting any specific organ, so we did need to look
You
into
do
that.
remember that the stabbings were mostly in the chest and the abdomen.
Okay.
Okay, right. I just heard God's voice in my head saying that the stabbings were mostly in the chest and the abdomen, so I don't think probably they were targeting specific, unless they were targeting specific organs like 10 times, which seems
Yeah.
a bit overkill.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, chest could be the heart, the lungs separately. Abdomen could be stomach, intestines, other places separately, right? So, or if it was just haphazard, which I kind of feel like it was.
It probably
This
was.
is just me speculating, though.
By the way, GM, the guy that had come to inspect the body of the lady, was that basically like a
He's a
doctor
doctor.
or
He's a doctor.
forensic?
He's a
Yeah.
doctor.
Okay. So yeah, then Sam also says I think there was a medical guy who had
He did,
uh,
like introduce himself, Dr. Timothy Killeen.
Yes.
right. Yes.
His name was Timothy Killer.
Killeen,
Killeen.
Killeen.
That's like one letter off, though.
True. So I do say that, well, Dr. Timothy had, like, don't you think he would have mentioned if the stabbings were pretty precise around certain areas?
Hmm.
He did check the body out.
Yeah, it's possible. Maybe if we give them a little bit more time to investigate the body and then we go and ask them, maybe sometime tomorrow, maybe that
Right.
could work. But in the meantime, I think so. Like, are we doing this though? Like the four of us trying to solve this case? Is that what we're doing?
Do we have a choice?
We could
Hey,
just.
I'm chasing a story.
I'm invested in this killer.
So am I. I would like to meet this person before they are taken to justice. I think this person might have some interesting insights I would like.
If I'm correct, even if he's ever caught, I don't think the prosecution would ever be able to build a case that's robust enough to put him to jail. So
So what we do know is that there is going to be another murder, at least a few more.
several murders, probably. It would
And-
have helped greatly if we knew exactly how many murders we're looking for. And we can also perhaps guess that most of these murders will be lower class people, lower class or working class people. Ladies of the night, petty criminals perhaps, anybody who strays too far, too late at night.
The-
We also do not know if there's a location limitation for this guy.
Yeah, it's very hard to find a pattern when it's only one victim.
That we know
The
of.
real question is, how do we get this information to the cops without telling them how we got this information that he's going to kill again?
I don't think even if we told them, they wouldn't believe us. Or we would end up incriminating ourselves, and that's a big risk to take.
Exactly.
Have we read the book yet? Whatever's left of it, or
No, you haven't.
yeah. So Sam says, well, maybe we can start by going through the book, whatever's left of it in detail, and try to see if things make sense. As I mentioned earlier, maybe even if there are pages torn apart, if we read whatever's there, maybe we can come up with some sort of a hypothesis that would get us a little closer to the issue or the target, or at least what this person is trying to attempt. Maybe.
Yeah, makes sense.
Let's read the book.
Who's reading it?
Edwin will read it because he's kind of curious.
Edwin, can you
Mhm.
please make a sanity check?
Sanity check. Interesting.
The first of
interesting.
the game.
Oh, nice.
Oh boy.
Just a sec.
So what do you refer for a sanity check on your sheet?
You have sanity on your the thing. It's the same.
70 it passes.
You rolled a 70.
Yes.
Okay. So you try to read this book, but first of all, it is in Latin. Second of all, like trying to get through this book itself, looking at the weird symbols in it, it just starts giving you a headache. It doesn't make you lose any sanity, but it just starts giving you a headache.
Edwin pushes the book towards the rest of the others. I can't go through this.
Okay, I take it from Edwin, and I just think to myself, oh, I mean, is everything okay? And I take a look and try to read whatever
You make a
Edwin
sanity
was
check.
reading. Oh boy! So I have to on my sheet. So there's sanity that is starting, which is 50, and insane is 10.
Yeah,
So I have
so
to
you
roll
need to
below
roll,
50.
You need to roll below 50.
Oh boy!
And if at any point you lose your sanity with this, next time you roll, if you lose like 5 sanity points, next time you roll, you need to roll below 45.
45. Oh god. Okay. Come on. I rolled a 99.
No,
That is a fumble, my dude.
Oh, fuck.
that's the equivalent of rolling a nat 1.
Yeah. Oh boy. So what does a fumble result? Would I?
A 96 to 100 is a fumble. It's basically like a critical failure.
Yeah. So how much sanity do I lose?
Let me check. Five sanity points.
Oh, okay, that's.
Can you make an intelligence check?
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh, I'm saved. That's a 33 out of 55.
Good
That,
job.
that is not a good job. That is a bad thing. He was not supposed to pass this one.
Oh, did he pass? I thought he failed. Oh, whoops. Well,
Otherwise, now that he passed, he understands the gravity of the situation and he goes into temporary insanity.
Oh no!
My god.
Because of what you've seen, right? Like you're not understanding the language. It's in weird symbols and all that. You just go into fits of hysterical laughter for some time.
Oh boy. Yeah, I fall down laughing as well. The book is still in my hand. I can't take my eyes off the pages. I'm like flipping through the pages and I'm just hysterically laughing on the floor.
Edwin reaches down and grabs the book away.
Yeah, you'll be laughing for full 5 minutes.
Yeah, I'm just laughing.
I take a knee just to kind of observe, and I have my head cocked like this, like
This
I should have known. A journalist. And I kind of, as he's hysterically laughing, I look at Samay. Samay, could you help? And I look at him like, help me get him up.
Samay has turned white as a sheet. He's just.
Adi, you would basically know these kind of books are not for everyone to read. Like you need, like these are like high level rituals that could damage your psyche as well.
Yeah, but if the journalists, if you all want to be in on this, you're going to be full in on this. You're going to get at least some level of damage to your sanity the way I have. There is no way in hell you are coming out of this like there is, like, they asked. If you ask, then you clearly are all in. This is on you. This is entirely on you. We are just passing the bloody book along like crazy people.
It's like passing the, like you're just. Almost like this. Yeah. You managed to, like I said, it's not for everyone. What was I going to say? Just lost my train of thought. Yeah, carry on. Please continue.
I'm going to kind of take Sam into like past the beaded curtains and kind of like help him. Just I have like a little cot there that I take a nap on, like on afternoons when there's not much business, and I kind of just lay him down and I sit and I like, and I'm making like a cup of tea and getting out some biscuits, like some of my nicer biscuits for him when he stops hysterically laughing.
Can I give
Oh,
him some
yeah.
psychological treatment?
No, he doesn't require that right now. Not
Okay.
yet, at least. But yeah, for now
Ah.
he's better.
I take the biscuit and I'm like, okay, fuck. Thank you. And I eat the biscuit, and out of my trench coat I take out this flask which has whiskey and coffee mixed in it, and I open it and I take a sip and I close it down. And I take out another cigarette and I light it. And I'm just quiet for a while till the cigarette burns out.
Don't touch the books
You,
unless you'd like to know more.
This
Adi,
book is confiscated for now. Nobody touches
this,
it.
all right, confiscated book. Would you want to do anything else before we do a time skip? I'm just talking about this in the interest of time. If you want to do anything, I'll allow it. Otherwise, we'll move forward.
I'm good.
You're good? Adi,
Yeah.
it will take some time for you to read this book. Going through this book, you won't be able to find much, but you do, learn a little bit about this kind of occult stuff. Can you like roll an occult, like try to make an improvement check on your occult? Actually, no. I'd say not an improvement check on your occult. Roll a d10.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, me. Okay.
Roll a d10.
D10. Okay. Thankfully, I have a D10 out. 8.
Yeah, you can increase your Cthulhu mythos to 8.
Mm.
Anyways, I'd say a few days have passed. You haven't heard much from the cops. You've gotten some information about Martha Tabram. 39 years. Her ex-husband was ex-husband is Henry S. Tabram, but he doesn't know much. She had 2 children, but they don't know anything about this either. Her home was a common lodging house 300 meters from the crime scene. And she was stabbed 39 times, primarily in the chest and the abdomen. And she's been dead for 3 hours before being found. So that was that. I'd say few days, like few weeks have passed. Now it is the morning of August 31st. Sam's cousin has, arrived and left. And Sam, as you're, like sleeping, it's like 5:30 in the morning. You are awakened by constant knocks on your door.
Yeah, I wake up startled and I look at the time in the watch that is next to my bed and I see it's pretty early. I get out of bed and I say, all right, yeah, I'm coming. Hold on. And just even barely being able to open my eyes, I open the door.
And as you open the door, you see this one a friend of yours, like someone from the police itself, like who's been giving you some tips sometimes. His name, Police Constable John Thain, Thain. He's panting, trying to catch a breath. He's like sweating all the way down. Thought you'd want to know. He just looks around. There's been another murder. Whitechapel. Someone else was killed. This time, it's It's worse. And that's where we'll end the session.
Wow. Nice. What a cliffhanger. Ah, fuck. Probably Sam is like in his just underwear standing in the door, and the cop is like, yo, there's another murder. So we'll
This
have
is
to wait.
after a meltdown like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Temporary insanity, lol.
Oh boy. That was insane. I loved it.
Well, hope you guys enjoyed.
Yes.
We will be, meeting again next in 2 weeks to get the next part of the game. So for
Yes.
everyone who has everyone who have passed their roles, so the ones you have check marks in, right? Roll a d100, and if you roll more than what you have right now, roll a d10 and add to it.
I succeeded my intelligence.
No, it's
skill check.
intelligence doesn't go, only the proper skill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, I didn't succeed even once.
Yeah, but Steve, you did take a book from Adi regarding the regarding some occult stuff as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was that occult?
Yeah. It was
So
like
you can
introduction
roll-
to a cult for dummies, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, roll a d10 and whatever you get, add it to your occult.
Interesting. That's a 10. It's a full 10. Let's go.
Yeah, that's a good thing. You did nice reading. So I think everyone is clear. So viewers, hope you enjoyed, and I shall see you in 2 weeks for the next victim. Was, according to history, was the actual first victim of Jack the Ripper. So let's see.
Nice.
Damn.
Okay. Let's do outros really quick, and then we can all go do things we got to do. Shen,
Yes.
tell us about yourself, where we can find you and other things.
You can find me on Tumblr usually. My Tumblr ID is at Ashwan, and I'm gonna make a Blue Sky account soon. So yeah, there's that. And I'm always on Discord. So
Hell yeah. Akhil.
Just as I'd said in the start, Crispy Akhil on all socials. Recently joined Blue Sky as well. Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, you'll find content made by me around D&D and just mostly D&D. Yeah, that's it.
Percival.
You can next me. Yeah. You can find me on Blue Sky at Ombre Lesbian Night. Also on Twitter at Dr_Vibone, but it's Twitter. So I'd suggest you find me. Blue Sky is much better. Just go with
leave
Blue
Twitter.
Sky.
Leave Twitter.
Yeah. I've locked my account and I'm reluctant to leave it right now because I've been told that if I leave it, it'll be like co-opted by bots or some shit. So I've locked it. So I would suggest just follow me on Blue Sky at Ombre Lesbian Night. I am starting to actually start like do good tweeting, reposting, posting, whatever. I'm posting a lot there now. You'll also see pinned there my my blog, where I have uploaded a bunch of my writing. A lot of fun stuff. Also, a lot of it supernatural stuff. Also, I like me some fucked up ghosts to write about. So you can go and read that if you want. Yeah.
Hell yeah. DM.
All right. So you know me. You could find me at the Infinite Tavern. I run a hell lot of games, actually known for that. And we have the Infinite Tavern podcast. It's on YouTube. It's on Instagram. It's on Twitter. It's on Spotify, Google Podcasts, wherever you say the name, and it is there. And I'm your favorite host. Aman, I'm looking at you. I am the favorite host. Raghav, or Anorak, as he's known in the in the D&D world. And that is it.
Hell yeah. What was I? Yeah. Me. Hi. Hello. Steve, also known as Assy Pants. I run Pantsless Tables. Bunch of really cool stuff coming your way. Hopefully starting tomorrow, I'm going to start posting reels again. I have a small little backlog available. Going to try to post one a day. and it's going to be from all of our various different shows. So it won't be the same thing, which is really cool. We have 5 shows running right now. Tuesdays we do Dare to Dream, which is a D&D TTRPG reality TV show based TTRPG. Fridays, alternate Fridays, actually, we're doing starting this Friday, or next Friday, I guess. We're starting Discerning Diviner, which is playtest for The Residents, which is also a reality show based TTRPG, but it's a first time ever playtest on the channel, which is also really cool. Saturdays, we're doing Tales of Fate, which is our flagship show, basically. Sundays, we're alternating between Tales from the Loop and this incredible show, The Ripper's Secret, Call of Cthulhu. Fridays also actually alternating between Discerning Diviner and Dark Waters. Dark Waters is quickly becoming one of the most popular shows on the channel as well. It's a D&D campaign set in a homebrew world. Plan is to go all the way from level 1 to level 20. We're only 10 episodes in. We're currently at level 4, and we've already opened the portal to the abyss, and we've already dealt with a bunch of abyssal demons, and one of our players has died multiple times and come back, and we're also all paladin warlocks now because of pacts we've made in the last 2 sessions. It's been absolutely wild. Yeah,
Sounds like chaos.
chaos is an understatement. This show is yeah. Anyway, so that's basically all of the stuff from Pantsless Tables for the next few months. No more new shows till January end, so at least I don't have to worry about that. And yeah, that's it. I'm gonna let all the players go. I'm gonna let the DM go, and I'm gonna get some food. We will see you tomorrow, or see you Tuesday for stuff, and we'll see you in 2 weeks for this show right here.